Hi there guys, question 23, we have a square-based pyramid. Now, let's digest some of this information. So we're saying line AB, so that's this one here, which we can see as 10, is equal to BC, which is equal to CD, which is equal to DA. So all of these lines along the base, they're all 10, okay? So I could put a 10 in each one, but it just looks messy. That's the reason we don't do it. Not to confuse you, to make it look prettier. And it means all these slanted lines here are 12, and we just have to calculate the height. Okay, so anything 3D, what we're trying to do is, let me see if I can draw this for you to make sense. Right, so there's V, and what I've done is drawn a perpendicular line down to the base. And then if I come out towards A, this is what we have at the moment, okay? So all we have is 12. And if I drop a perpendicular, that means I have a right angle, and this is the height that we want. So it's in my interest to find this length, and then I can apply a bit of Pythagoras' theorem to this. Okay, so how am I going to do that? Well, if you can also see on this one, if I've got this line here which is A and then B, and then I go along to C, if I join those two up, this is also a right angle triangle because it's a square based pyramid, so that means all these angles in the corners are square. But I know that's a 10 and I know that's a 10. So if I find out the length of AC, this length here, X, is going to be half of that. Okay. So AC squared is going to be 10 squared plus 10 squared. So that is 200. So therefore AC would be the square root of 200, which I'm going to write like this, okay, using my surds knowledge, and you get 10 root 2. And you can type that into your calculator, square root 200, and you're going to get 10 root 2s. So I'm just going to change the colour here just to emphasize, so it's 10 root 2s, which means X is half of that, so that must be 5 root 2s. Okay, so I foolishly don't have a calculator here, so I'm going to probably end this a little bit prematurely, but you'll get the gist of it. So the height squared, this is Pythagoras' theorem, this AV being the hypotenuse this time, so we're going to do 12 squared, take away 5 root 2 squared. So that's 144, take away 5 root 2 times 5 root 2, and I'll just pop this over here just in case you don't understand how to do these yet. Multiplication done in any order, so I could do 5 times 5 times root 2 times root 2, which would mean 25. Root 2 times root 2 would be root 4, or just 2. So that's 50. So what is 144 take away 50? That's 96. What am I saying? That's 94. Sorry. There we go. Just pop that back on there. Pop a 4 in here. So H is simply the square root of 94. Now use your calculator because it wants it to 3 significant figures, but I'm going to stop here because I don't have one.